Hello, my dear students. Welcome you all to Sri Jayendra Rank Zone classes. I'm your mentor and your friend for the subject biology, and I will be taking the zoology part, that is animal science. My dear students, in the previous lecture, we discussed about different types of genetic disorders or the congenital disorders. Congenital disorders, they are the disorders which are basically present since birth, okay? And they may be genetical or they may be due to some prenatal or natal complication, mean at the time of fertilization or during the embryological development. Is if there any problem is there, then they can lead to different types of congenital or genetic disorders. Now I would like to, before going to the acquired disorders we will discuss, I will like to make you revise especially three or four disorders again, okay? So we will be revising first the Klinefelter syndrome, Turner syndrome, Down syndrome. These three syndromes we are going to revise. Okay. So Klinefelter syndrome, this syndrome is basically because of the presence of a condition XXY in males. Males generally have a condition, XY. But if a extra X chromosome is present in case of males, then the condition is known as what? Klinefelter syndrome. Because of this condition, there are feminine characters developed in males. These feminine characters developed in males are gynecomastia, then presence of belly fat, which is present, or presence of lower abdominal fat, which is the part of females, especially they acquire that fat at the time of the pregnancy. So presence of this X chromosome increase the levels of estrogen and progesterone, especially the estrogen level in case of males, and because of this the breast development occurs. So that rudimentary breast in case of males, it develops because of the deposition of fat. That fat metabolism is actually not taking properly, not happening properly, and that is why the fat getting accumulated in the subcutaneous layer or the adipose layer of the mammary glands. So because of this X chromosome, the condition is known as what? XXY and Klinefelter syndrome. It is a type of sex chromosomal aneuploidy. Aneuploidy means, there is a alteration in the change in change in number of chromosomes. So a person suffers from, male suffers from sterility because of gonads are not developed, the testosterone is not secreted properly, muscular weakness because of the lack of testosterone, less body hair, development of breast, and lack of interest in sexual activities. In some cases means these cases, especially the development of breast, lack of interest in sexual activities, this lack of interest in sexual activity is known as what? Lack of libido. Understood? In some cases, the symptoms are very much less prominent, making the detection very difficult. The severity of symptoms increases with number of X chromosomes, which are the bar bodies actually. The disease occurs due to the fusion of an egg with two X chromosome, mean it is basically signifying non-disjunction. Non-disjunction, basically what happens during meiosis when there is chiasma formation, okay? So that chiasma formation leads to crossing over. So if that at the time of crossing over, if the separation of the telomeric parts, if the separation of the chromosomes doesn't happen properly, then it can lead to non-disjunction, mean one of the part receives more number of chromosome and the other part receives less number of chromosome, okay? So it basically happens when two X chromosomes, mean it is an egg having a two X chromosome with XX, they are not separated. That is known as what? Non-disjunction. So it is a Klinefelter syndrome. The number of chromosomes are increased, mean 47 number of chromosomes, okay, XXY, and sex chromatin bar body or 48XXXY, more than the number of X chromosome, chances of mental impairment. Okay, causes non-disjunction of XX homologue when it is not separated. At the time of gamete formation, it is getting separated, but it is not happening Okay, found only in males. Okay, incidence 1 in 500 males. Sterility, testicular atrophy, hyalinization of seminiferous tubules. Hyalinization means deposition of hyaline fibers or hyaline matrix. Okay, because of this deposition of glassy matrix, which is the hyalinization of the seminiferous tubules, they are not able to produce good amount of sperm. Okay, and gynecomastia, which is the development of rudimentary breast. Okay, so this is all about the features of Klinefelter syndrome, and gynecomastia is the most prominent feature, right? Turner syndrome is the condition in which there is aneuploidy, mean loss of one chromosome, mean 45 chromosomes are there. Okay, so some cases maybe have one complete or one partial X chromosome. Symptoms: the females, they are sterile. They usually it usually happens in case of females. Okay, so the females are sterile, and they come up with no menstrual cycling, no menstrual happening. Okay, the ovaries are undeveloped, uterus is small, and they have shielded chest. Okay, chest is flat, I mean, without the development of prominent development of breast. Okay, then webbed neck is webbed because of the deposition of fat, and which makes the folds in case of neck. Then mental retardation and short stature. These are the common symptoms of Turner syndrome. Cardiovascular malformation is there because of the disbalance in steroidal hormones. Disbalance. Okay. The frequency is 1 in 2000 or 5000 female parts. These are the characteristics. Hypertelorism I'll explain in the previous video as well. I'm explaining here. Hypertelorism has been the medial cantha, this inner cantha of the eye, it gets separated. Okay. Ptosis is the dropping of eyelid. Eyelid gets dropped. Okay. Hypertelorism. Then retrogenetic phase means the jaw bones are underdeveloped. Jaw bones are underdeveloped. Jaw bones are underdeveloped. Underdeveloped. Micrograthia, small, face, and ear malformations mean ear also they are not developed, okay, properly. Then cardiovascular problems, they may be there in the case of congenital heart diseases. Okay, and different other manifestations like hypertension, hyperlipidemia, more amount of fat deposition. Okay, so all these are the features of Turner syndrome. Okay, Jacob syndrome I have already explained. Okay, no need to explain. I'm directly coming to the acquired disorders. Acquired disorders, these are the diseases in which the individual may acquire, in the diseases which an individual acquire after birth. Okay, so they may be caused due to various infection causing agents. Okay, or they may be the deficiency disorder, or they may be some kind of degenerative disorders. Okay, so the infectious causing agents like bacteria, virus, they can be related with these diseases. There are certain chemicals which may cause disease. Okay, so these chemicals are secreted by the bacteria and viruses. Okay, they are not due to chromosomal aneuploidy. So there is no change in the number of chromosomes. There is no change in the alteration of number of chromosomes. Categories of acquired characteristics, they may be communicable or contagious or infectious disease. Like right now we are suffering from COVID-19, that is coronavirus. It is a coronavirus. Okay, so communicable disease or contagious disease or infectious disease which are related to some infection causing agents like pathogens. The infection causing agents, they are known as what? Pathogens. Contagious means it's spread through contact. That contact may be physical, or the contact may be due to the secretion or the expulsion of the droplets. The droplets can travel through air or any other medium. They may be these communicable diseases, they may be bacterial, viral, protozoal, helminthic diseases. Okay, helminthic means worm infestations. And non-communicable or non-infectious diseases. These non-communicable or non-infectious diseases, they can be degenerative disorders, they can be deficiency disorders, and it can be a cancer. Understood? So moving to the next slide, bacterial diseases. So when we talk about the bacterial diseases, there are many bacterial diseases, but we have to actually remember, each of them. So no need to, learn unnecessary facts about it. So tuberculosis is a disease which is a bacterial disease which is caused by Mycobacterium tuberculosis. Okay, the mode of transfer is airborne or it is a droplet infection. Droplet infection means the bacteria, it can reproduce inside the protective protein coat, mean a kind of spore. Okay, so these spores, they are basically exhaled by the person, and these spores, they contain minute bacterias. The bacterias, they keep on dividing it there. Okay, and then they enter the some normal or healthy person's respiratory system and they cause infection. So it is an airborne or a droplet borne infection. It is a chronic disorder. The patient complains with chronic cough and cough with sputum. Cough with sputum means a yellow color, yellow discharge, okay, which is straw colored. Straw colored. Straw colored yellow discharge, okay, is seen along with cough. Okay, fever is there, and fever is with evening rise. There is evening rise of temperature means around 4 to 6 or 4 to 7, the patient complains that body temperature increases, okay, because of the change in circadian rhythm. Then patient complains of weakness, okay, lethargy, bloody sputum. Bloody sputum is known as what? Hemoptysis. Hemoptysis. Okay, bloody sputum. Then breathlessness, okay, because of excessive amount of mucus production, the airway tract, it can get blocked, and the fever is high grade, okay, and it shows difficulty in breathing. Okay, so asphyxia is seen, high grade fever is seen with evening rise. Okay, detection is done by Montauk's test. Please remember, detection is done by Montauk's test and sputum culture or sputum analysis. Okay, treatment. Nowadays we get a combination of drugs, especially rifampicin, ethambutol, okay, etc. Direct observation therapy to ensure the medicines are not skipped. Okay, like it is a it is a course of 3 months or 6 months. Okay, and with a combination of drugs like rifampicin, isoniazid, and erythromycin. Rifampicin, isoniazid, and erythromycin. Okay. So these are the common medicines which are given to the patients suffering from tuberculosis. Understood? Rifampicin, isoniazid, okay, or ethambutol or the erythromycin. Now, vaccine which is given is BCG. BCG stands for Bacilli Calmette Guerin vaccine. Okay, so this is a combination vaccine or combined vaccine. Okay, so this BCG vaccine is given to tuberculosis patient. Diphtheria. Diphtheria is caused by Corynebacterium diphtheriae. The mode of transfer is direct contact or a airborne. Okay. Fever with chills. Okay. Patients suffer from fever with chills, fatigue, bluish skin because of hypoxia. Bluish skin is because of hypoxia, known as cyanosis. Okay, cyanosis. Then coloration is there, blue skin coloration, sore throat because of airway tract infection, hoarseness of voice. Hoarseness of voice means the voice, it gets distorted or it gets the patient, when he or she speaks, the sound is not very clear. Okay, the hoarseness of voice. Okay, cough, headache, painful swelling, difficulty in breathing, rapid breathing. Okay, foul smelling, blood stained nasal discharge. Foul smelling, blood stained nasal discharge. Okay, isolation of pathogen from patient only. The treatment which is given erythromycin, penicillin variants like penicillin G, okay, and vaccine like Quinvexin. when vaccine is given against diphtheria. Okay, and we are having a combined vaccine, DPT vaccine, diphtheria, pertussis, and tetanus. Okay, so diphtheria is caused by Corynebacterium diphtheriae. Okay, mode of transfer is direct contact or airborne. Basically, Corynebacterium diphtheriae, it produces a toxin which is known as what? Diphtherin or diphthrosin. Okay, which causes the inflammation of the respiratory passage. Okay, that is why the patient suffers from painful swelling in the pharyngeal regions along with hoarseness of voice. Okay, and because of the airway passage gets blocked, the oxygen supply becomes slow down. That is why it becomes with cyanosis and hypoxia. The treatment given is erythromycin, penicillin variant, and a vaccine which is known as what? Quinvexin. Then pertussis, 100 days cough. It is caused by Bordella pertussis. It is an airborne infection. Symptoms: severe cough and whooping cough. Okay, whooping cough means cough, you're coughing, coughing reflex comes with a particular sound. Okay, so whooping cough, severe cough, isolation of pathogen from the host is done. Okay, polymerase chain reaction based detection is done, like we are doing for COVID-19 as well. Polymerase chain reaction based detection, and treatment is erythromycin. Vaccine is available, DPT vaccine. So tuberculosis, diphtheria, and pertussis. Okay. Then cholera caused by a comma-shaped bacteria known as Vibrio cholera. It is a waterborne disease. Patient complains of diarrhea, bloody stool. Okay, rice water, stools. Okay, drop in blood pressure because of hypovolemia. Hypovolemia, because maximum amount of blood plasma or volume is lost. The test which is done is dipstick base test or stool test or stool culture. It is a dipstick base test or a stool culture. The treatment given, the antibiotics are doxycycline, okay, electrolyte supplement like oral rehydration solution ORS, okay. Vaccine available, vaccine is available for cholera, okay. Filtration of water using a cloth can be useful. Understood? Cholera is caused by Vibrio cholera, which is a waterborne infection. The patient complains with diarrhea along with bloody stools. Okay. Then drop in blood pressure because of hypovolemia. The detection is done with the help of dipstick test or the stool culture. The treatment given, the antibiotics are preferred, which are doxycycline, electrolyte supplement solution like ORS, oral rehydration solution, and filtration of water using a cloth can be useful. Pneumonia. Pneumonia is caused by Streptococcus pneumoniae, also called as Haemophilus influenza. Okay, pneumonia or pneumonia is caused by Streptococcus pneumonia and also caused by Haemophilus influenza. It is an airborne droplet infection. Airborne droplet infection. Persistent large bouts of cough is there. Large amount of mucus production. Okay. Chest radiograph, mean X-ray radiograph. X-ray. PA view, posterior antral view of chest. Understood? Blood culture is given and PCR based detection is given for the antigen detection. Then the antibiotic is amoxicillin, amantadine if it is a viral. Okay, I mean if it is caused by Haemophilus influenza, then it is viral. So amantadine is given. Vaccines are available. Tetanus, it is caused by Clostridium tetani. It can be spread through soil, manure, coming in contact with open wounds. Okay. The patient complains of muscular spasm. Okay. There is no specific test for tetanus, antitoxin antibodies, or toxoid, tetanus toxoid. Metronidazole is a group of drug which is given. Magnesium 4, okay. Magnesium 4 supplements are given, okay. Magnesium 4 compounds. vaccine is available. Okay, so tetanus is caused by Clostridium tetani. Yes. So tetanus, the bacteria Clostridium tetani, it also secrete a toxin which is known as what, tetanospasmin. This tetanospasmin, it causes the muscular spasm. Okay, because this tetanospasmin or the toxin which is released by this bacteria, it basically prevents the dissociation of acetylcholinesterase, prevents the action of acetylcholinesterase. And if this enzyme acetylcholinesterase, it is not secreted, then acetylcholine will not get free to secrete as a neurotransmitter. Okay, so that's why person it suffers from multiple transmission, multiple twitches in muscles. It gets contracted and contracted. Okay, it nets. I mean, the refractory period, it becomes very less. Then leprosy caused by bacterium leprae, direct contact or nasal droplets. Nasal droplets. Okay, patches on skin, ulcers and nodules. Nodules are the thickenings. Maybe they are keratinized. Especially at the joints of phalanges. Okay. So the palm, it is having phalanges and metaphalanges. The joint part, where two bones, two phalanges are meeting, that part it gets thickened. Okay, because of the excessive secretion or deposition of keratin. Okay, so ulcers, nodules, formation, skin and nerves. Okay, wasting of fingers and toes. So leprosy is also a wasting disease in which the patches on the skin are formed, ulcers, nodules are formed in the skin, and nerves as well. It is a wasting of fingers and toes. Symptoms based on isolation of host. The treatment is given by antibiotic Dapsone, okay, and BCG vaccine may be useful. BCG is also a combined vaccine, okay, Dapsone. Typhoid, Salmonella typhi. There are two forms, Salmonella typhi for typhoid fever and Salmonella paratyphi for paratyphoid fever. Contaminated food and water, stomach pain, abdominal pain, constipation, headache, high fever. The fever in typhoid is very unique type known as what? Step ladder pyrexia. Pyrexia is fever. So it is step ladder pyrexia. Okay. Loss of appetite, intestinal ulcers, and bradycardia. Bradycardia is slow heart rate. Slow HR, heart rate. Understood? Vidal test is, is a primary test and it is a confirmatory test for typhoid fever. The treatment is done by including the antibiotics of cephalosporin group, ampicillin, and vaccine is also available. So cephalosporin, ampicillin, okay. Then plague. Plague is caused by Yersinia pestis, okay. It is a vector-borne infection. Vector-borne means a mosquito or vector means carrier. Okay, so in case of plague, the mosquito or the other vectors like mosquitoes, red flea, then to rats, and then to humans. Okay. High fever, headache, enlargement of axillary lymph nodes. Lymph node enlargement is known as what? Lymphadenopathy. Lymphadenopathy. Enlargement of lymph nodes is known as what? Lymphadenopathy. Okay. Unconsciousness. Diagnosed by a blood test. The treatment is given by including the antibiotic streptomycin, gentamicin, okay, and vaccines are available. Understood? So among all, vaccines are available for all, whether we talk about plague, typhoid, leprosy, tetanus, pneumonia, cholera, tuberculosis, okay, pertussis, diphtheria. Then we are moving to viral disorders. The viral disorders, it include polio. Polio is caused by a group of virus known as picorna virus, okay, or polio virus. Mode of transfer is fecal matter. Symptoms: fever, headache, and limb damage. Limb damage. Detection is by testing cerebrospinal fluid. By testing cerebrospinal fluid. No cure. Antibiotics are there. Physiotherapy is there. Vaccination is effective and important. Okay. And we have two types of vaccines: Salk polio vaccine and Sabine. One is injectable, and one is oral. Okay. Influenza virus. It is also known as avian or the swine flu. Orthomyxovirus is the pathogen. It is an airborne disorder. Symptoms includes coughing, sneezing, sudden fever after headache, nasal discharge. So sudden fever after headache, nasal discharge, coughing, sneezing. Detection is done by throat swabs. Okay, swabs means we will take the mucus and the epithelial shedded epithelial cells from the throat part, that is known as what? Throat swabs. Treatment include amantadine, oseltamivir, it is an antiviral drug. Okay, amantadine, oseltamivir, vaccine is available. Understood? So polio is caused by coronavirus group. Mode of transfer: fecal matter. Symptoms: fever, headache, limb damage. Detection is done by testing cerebrospinal fluid. There is no cure. Antibiotics are given as a symptomatic relief. Physiotherapy is done, and vaccine is most promising, having most promising results in case of polio. Now coming to measles. Measles, they are caused by paramyxovirus, airborne or direct contact. Mean it is showing contact, direct contact. 4 days fever, cough, brown patches across the body. It shows 4-day fever, brown patches across the body. Symptom based, it is symptom based diagnosis done by symptom based or detection of viral RNA in the nasal discharges. Detection is done by viral RNA in nasal discharges, and it is symptom based. Treatment is not specific treatment, no specific treatment. Okay, rest is allowed to give patient, rest is allowed for the patient. Vaccine is available in case of treating measles. MMR vaccine, mumps, measles, rubella. Then chickenpox, it is caused by pox virus, direct contact, sometimes by cough and sneezes. Okay. Symptoms: fever, blisters. Blisters means eruptions, skin eruptions, and they may be very painful. Okay. Blisters are the skin eruptions, which may be very painful with watery discharge across the body. Symptoms based on PCR based test, okay, of amniotic fluid for the detection in embryo. Symptom based, it is also symptom based. Okay, measles are also symptom based, and in case of embryonic occurrence, so PCR based test is done for the amniotic fluid. Okay, there is no specific treatment. Wearing of gloves, anti-itch ointments are used for the topical relief. Aspirin should not be used. Aspirin should not be used. Okay, in this case, vaccine is available. Okay, so chickenpox caused by pox virus, spread through direct contact, sometimes by coughs and sneezes. Symptoms are fever, blisters across the body. Diagnosis done by symptom-based or PCR-based test of amniotic fluid for detection in embryo. Okay, mumps. Mumps is caused by a paramyxovirus like measles. Respiratory droplets. Mumps is caused by respiratory droplet and measles is caused by airborne or direct contact. Fever. In measles, 4-day fever. White brown patches. In measles, brown patches. Okay. Throat swab detection method in case of measles. Okay. Sorry, symptom based in case of measles and symptom based in case of mumps as well. PCR based test is done. No specific cure. Rest is given. Aspirin should not be used in this case as well. Okay, chickenpox and mumps, aspirin should not be used. Okay, then vaccine is available. Dengue, arbovirus. It is a vector-borne disease. Mosquito Aedes aegypti. High fever with rashes. PCR-based test is done for the confirmation. Blood testing, WBC counts. Okay. Tourniquet test for hemorrhage. In case of dengue, the thrombocytes, the platelets level decreases very low. So because of this, hemorrhagic patches are formed. Okay. So tourniquet test is done for hemorrhage. Okay, with internal bleeding. Okay. No specific drug is given. Oral rehydration. Vaccine is not available. Vaccine is not available in case of dengue. No specific drugs, only oral rehydration. Vaccine is not available in case of dengue. Okay. Rabies, rhabdovirus, caused by rhabdovirus. It is a vector-borne. Okay. Found in the salivary regions of the dog, saliva of dog. Affect nervous system. It basically affects nervous system and cause hydrophobia because of laryngeal edema. Because of laryngeal edema, there is so much of pain that patient even, gets frightened of drinking a glass of water because he or she don't want to suffer that pain, tinge of pain. The diagnosis is done by fluorescent antibody test or FISH. Fluorescent in situ hybridization. Fluorescent antibody test is done in case of rabies. Okay. There is no specific cure. Vaccine is available. It is effective for treatment also. Okay. Common cold, rhinovirus, droplet infection. It is a droplet infection. Symptoms: it infects nose, upper respiratory tract, but not the lungs. Lungs are not affected by common cold, mean rhinovirus. Nasal congestion can be there and discharge. Headache can be there along with lethargy, tiredness. Symptom based totally. No specific cure as the number of viruses causing it is high as they mutate very fast. There is no vaccine preparation for influenza or common cold. Okay, that has shown promisable results. Chikungunya, Toga virus, caused by Toga virus. It is a vector-borne disease in mosquito. Chikungunya. Okay, the patient suffers or complains of fever and joint pain, severe joint pain. Okay, because of inflammation of joints, arthritis. Okay, PCR based detection is given or done. PCR based detection is done. Non-specific test. Okay, no specific cure. Aspirin should not be used in this case also. Vaccine not available in experimental stages. Okay, vaccine is not available in the market in experimental stages. Chikungunya is caused by Toga virus. It is also spread by a vector, mosquito. And the patient complains of fever, joint pain, arthritis. Diagnosis done by PCR-based detection, non-specific test. Okay, there is no specific cure. Aspirin should not be used in this case. So aspirin should not be used in chikungunya, in measles. Okay. Okay. Chickenpox, mumps, it should not be used. Then swine flu, H1N1 virus, Haemophilus influenza. Haemophilus influenza virus, H1N1 virus. airborne disorder, flu-like symptoms in watery nose, nasal discharge, coughing, headache, lethargy, all those. Throat swabs as a detection method and used for PCR-based examination, PCR-based test, polymerase chain reaction-based test. Tamiflu is the antiviral drug Tamiflu, and vaccine is available. And vaccine is available in case for swine. Okay. Then hepatitis A, B, C, D, and E, 5 types of hepatitis caused by enterovirus. Okay. Blood to blood transmission is shown, or it is seen commonly. Symptoms: jaundice, mean increased level of bilirubin and biliverdin, especially the conjugated bilirubin and biliverdin, okay, or the non-conjugated bilirubin or biliverdin. It is done by blood chemistry, mean blood examination, okay, and ELISA test, enzyme linked immunosorbent assay, enzyme linked immunosorbent assay. Okay, some drugs are available for hepatitis. Vaccines are also available, but for certain strains. Okay, so vaccines are available, but for certain strains. Okay, so I would like to discuss first hepatitis. The hepatitis A virus. Okay, it is a RNA virus. Hepatitis B virus. It is a DNA virus. So please remember, it is a DNA virus. DNA. Okay. Hepatitis C virus, it is having a E protein. Hepatitis D virus, it is a RNA virus. Okay. And the hepatitis E virus, okay, RNA virus. RNA virus. The antigens present on hepatitis is known as what? HBsAg, hepatitis antigens. Okay. Classification: coronavirus family. Hepatitis A belongs to the coronavirus. Hepatitis B belong to HEPA DNA virus. Okay. Then hepatitis C flavivirus. Hepatitis C flavivirus. Hepatitis D delta virus, and hepatitis E Hep virus. Okay. So hepatitis A picornavirus. Hepatitis B HEPA DNA virus. Hepatitis C flavivirus. Hepatitis D delta virus, and hepatitis E Hep virus. Viral genome: single-stranded RNA, double-stranded DNA in case of hepatitis B, single-stranded RNA, single-stranded RNA negative. Okay, and single-stranded RNA. Means single-stranded RNA may be present, may not be present. Okay, or single-stranded RNA is negative, or double-stranded RNA can be present. Okay, chances of double-stranded RNA. Double-stranded RNA. Understood? Transmission: enteric means it involves the abdominal part, the alimentary canal. Parenteral means blood. Parenteral entry. Okay. Sorry. Alimentary canal. Okay. Enteric. Incubation period for 15 to 45 days in case of hepatitis A. Hepatitis B 45 to 160 days. Then hepatitis C 15 to 150 days. Hepatitis D 30 to 60 days. Hepatitis E 15 to 60 days. Incubation period. Okay. So the maximum incubation period you can see in hepatitis B 45 to 160 days. Chronic hepatitis A is not a chronic. B is a chronic hepatitis. Okay. C is a chronic hepatitis and with more than 50% of chances. D is, yes, it is a chronic hepatitis, but less than 50% of co-infections or more than 80% of super infections. Okay. And hepatitis E is also non-chronic. Okay. Cure: hepatitis A, no cure. Treatment usually tackle the symptoms, symptomatic relief. Okay. Hepatitis B, no cure. Treatment usually symptomatic. Hepatitis C, no cure, symptomatic. Hepatitis D, no cure. Treatment alpha interferon or 12 months. Alpha interferon for 12 months. and hepatitis E, no cure, treatment is done for as a symptomatic. So all these are hepatitis viruses. Please go through this slide and the previous slides. Okay. So my dear students, I will be meeting in the next turn to discuss about AIDS, HIV. Okay. Till then, bye bye. Take care. Stay safe, everyone.